Not too long ago, I read an article that was talking about the popularity of the WNBA superstar sensation, Caitlin Clark, and they were talking to Aja Wilson, who is on the Las Vegas Aces, and this is what she said. In an interview with the Associated Press, Wilson said there was a race element to Clark's monumental popularity. I think it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me it is. It really is, because you can be top notch at what you do as a black woman, but yet maybe that's something that people don't want to see. They don't see it as marketable. So it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women. We're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is. To further Wilson's point, Clark inked a $28 million Nike shoe deal before she even shot a single ball for the WNBA, whereas Wilson had dominated the sport for the past decade prior to getting her deal. In fact, the only women in the WNBA with a Nike deal were white women in a sport overwhelmingly dominated by black females. And so I'm one of those people who agree with her. We know it's because she's white. And in fact, at her WNBA debut, with the Indiana Fever against that of the Connecticut Sun, doesn't sound like she did all that well. In fact, Connecticut won 92-71. So y'all do with that what you will. I don't know, is she overhyped? It was the first game, so it remains to be seen. But back to Aja's point, she's absolutely right. It's because Caitlin is a white woman, and the rest of a lot of the WNBA are black, and they're just as good, right? Now, take case in point with that of Dawn Staley in South Carolina. They actually won the college championship, right? But it was Caitlin and her team. They got invited to the White House, too. Usually the losing team doesn't get invited to the White House, but they did, right? And, you know, she was all over the place. You hardly heard anything about South Carolina, even though they won, right? And in fact, it doesn't sound like Caitlin has won any championships, even in high school, right? So, but nevertheless, she is there. When I say there, I mean them folks, you know, I guess hype, if you will. We'll see what she does. All right. So back to this black and white thing. Yes, it's because she's white. But guess what? Black people dominate many of these sports, right? Basketball, football, just to name a few. But somehow the black talent will not take their talent and go form their own league. For some reason, they want to stay in the white-owned leagues and complain about what white people do with their organization, right? They're going to do what they want to do. And Caitlin is a white woman, so she is their folks. So to get mad that they are big-upping her, and let's keep it a buck, they're finally saying, okay, we got somebody. Not that there wasn't, you know, good white female athletes in the WNBA before, right? There was, but Caitlin, for some reason, is getting a lot of attention. And in fact, they said that particular game that she played in against Connecticut was the most watched since 2001. So I think that's a big deal. But nevertheless, that's their folks. She belongs to them. So the other thing is, when are we going to create our own leagues? When are we going to start pouring into our own black tennis shoe makers? When are we going to do that? Because we already know without black talent, those particular sports are boring. It's like watching mayonnaise dry. Just is, you know. So we got to stop complaining, and we got to start putting in the work, start building our own leagues and making it do what it do, right? But I'm never going to go to somebody else's house and complain that they not giving me the big piece of chicken. I'm just saying. So y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, the Demetra